Glory and praise to Lucifer. Welcome to the temple of Lucifer, light and mystery. Who is Beelzebub? Also known as Beelzebub, Enlil, Bel, Pir Bub, Baal, Zebul and Beelzebuth, and also as the Goetic demon Baal. Zodiacal position, 0 to 4 degrees of Aries. From March 21st to 30th. Tarot card, 2 of Wands. Candle color, black. Plant, fern. Planet, sun. Metal, iron, gold. Element, fire. Rank, king. Baal is a day demon and rules over 66 legions of spirits. Those close to Beelzebub know that he is Enlil. Enlil was the original Bel, which later evolved into Baal. Baal means Lord, Master, Baal the Prince. Beelzebub was a very popular and well-known god, and had several cities named with the prefix of Baal, all over the Middle East. Most who have studied the occult know that he is very close to Satan and that both Enlil and Enki go back to the beginning of time, here on earth. He is half-brother to Father Satan. Along with his brother Ea, Satan and Astaroth, he appears in the grimoires as one of the crowned princes of hell and was labeled as evil. Of the crowned princes of hell and was labeled as evil. Beelzebub, the healing god of Ekron, later morphed into a single word, Beelzebub, which would represent evil and idolatry in the New Testament of the Bible. Excerpt from the book Syria, by Coleman South, 1995. Beelzebub is better known as god of the Philistines. He ruled the city of Ekron and is second in line of command after Satan. The ancient Philistines worshipped him under the name Beelzebub. Beelzebub is the lord of all that flies. Where he was worshipped, he was known as the god of weather and meteorology. He also controlled the skies when the Nephilim came to earth. His name was perverted by the Hebrews to mean Lord of the Flies. Beelzebub is concerned with solving problems that might arise between dedicated Satanists. Satan desires unity and Beelzebub reinforces it. He can be very strict because Satan does not approve of Satanists cursing each other. Beelzebub is the patron of all the East, Far East, also of martial arts and Asian culture. He was prince of the seraphim and has a raspy voice. In a book on Egyptian hieroglyphics 4. Air and wind is very similar to one of the symbols for Beelzebub. It follows that Beelzebub is prince of the air. The enemy has denigrated the gods and said that Beelzebub is the lord of the flies. Beelzebub was the patron god of Nippur, a city in Sumer that is known today as Iraq. Beelzebub had his ziggurats, shrines and temples located in his city. Nippur. Beelzebub is the god of storms, atmospheric conditions, wind, rain and air. His number is 50. He is considered a kind god, giver and sustainer of life, who cares for his people. He also cares for the beasts of the field, the birds of the sky and the fish of the sea. Beelzebub is a god of war and also a god of peace. He is a protector and also a destroyer, defender, restorer, builder, but he is also adverse, hostile and very kind. To enjoy his blessings one must build a right relationship with him and with Satan. Enlil carries out Satan's decrees and reinforces them. Enlil, Beelzebub, never fears the enemy. When he embarks on a battle, he carries it on with relentless vigor until victory is achieved. When he is there is no forgiveness and no retreat. Once his wrath is provoked, no one can induce him to leave or to surrender. Enlil, Beelzebub, was a protector and giver of life. Enlil can be angry and destructive in his dealings with the enemy, but he is also kind and loving when it comes to his people and their lands. He protects his people from hostile invasions by surrounding them and their homes with high walls, tightly securing their locks so that hostile hordes cannot enter. If his people need rain, he opens the gates of heaven, unlocks their locks so that abundant rain falls on their lands, but he can also do so to drown and destroy the enemy. This is an ancient Sumerian hymn for Enlil/Beelzebub. The gates of heaven, the bars of heaven, the locks of heaven, you open them, you push them, you loosen them, you remove them. He sustains the life of man and beast, and in so doing, he does not forget even the smallest and most insignificant sprout. The ancient Babylonians were amazed at Enlil's loving kindness, support and protection, worshipping him and exclaiming that, he who protects, gives us his help. Endowed with extraordinary powers and authority. The emblem of his authority is a bright and pure scepter, which he carries with him, holds in his hands or wields. He acts with the authority of Satan. However, the scepter is not merely an emblem of authority and power, but also a means in the hands of Beelzebub, the scribe, with which he writes the will and decisions of Satan. The 12 zodiacal signs, the year, the seasons, and the months, all have a beginning and an end, their limitations, their images, and their drawings. Enlil, Beelzebub, is the one who indicates and proclaims all this. Each and every one of them has a meaning, and Enlil is the one who interprets them. This he does with the completion of his manifestations. Enlil and his 7 manifestations. It is one of the most important facts relating to the nature of each god, who, at one time or another, has played the role of Son in a given trinity, where such a god was considered to have 7 manifestations of his powers. They were 7 because this number represents wholeness, completeness, and also the 7 chakras. Gifts. Force silence. When someone knows more than you want them to know, asking for their silence can often lead them to speak. If you have secrets that must be kept, direct this power toward the one you wish to silence. They will keep your secrets as well as you do. Proceed by stealth. If you wish to be in a place unseen, use this power. It can be used when you wish to overhear conversations, enter places where you should not be, or blend into a crowd where you are not welcome. An extremely useful power for those wise enough to know when to use it. Direct the ritual toward a specific event, project, or specific time period. For apathy. If someone is obsessed with you, your work or another project that you wish they would lose interest in, this power will make them apathetic. The secret veil. If you have a secret that you wish to hide from a particular person or group of people, this power will create illusions and disturbing thoughts when someone tries to perceive the secret. Even accidental discoveries of your secret can be. Your secret may be dismissed or forgotten, as they will create unpleasant feelings in those who perceive your secret. Cause anxiety. If you have a confident and calm enemy, undermine their power by creating anxiety. They will not know the source of their anxiety, but it will prevent them from living well. Useful for revenge or to limit the effectiveness of an enemy for a competitive time. The effects of the ritual are temporary and last only a few weeks, but at that time enough damage can be done for the person to develop an anxious personality. Only use this on someone when there is no plan for reconciliation. Thank you. You my brother my sister who just joined, subscribe and share on your social networks so others can get to know the way of Lucifer.